Good afternoon. I'm Zachary Lovely, and today I am pleased to welcome to the studio my grandfather, Roger Lovely. He's here to share with us some very interesting aspects of his life. Now, I call him Pepe because that's how you say it in French. And that perfectly ties into my first question because growing up, your first language was not English, it was actually French. Can you just talk to us about, what it was like, growing up not knowing English, and was it difficult for you to learn that language?
Well, beginning with being, I was taught to speak French because my maternal grandmother only spoke French. So if you wanted to get fed, you had to talk to her in French to get her to make you something for to eat. And it wasn't until I started kindergarten where I had the first problem with speaking French because my teacher was Irish and she couldn't speak French and I couldn't speak English. Unfortunately, the kid next to me spoke both. So he became my translator for 6 months until I was able to learn how to speak English fluently.
Did you find that difficult at all, like trying to transition from French to English?
Yes, because every time the teacher spoke to me, I couldn't understand what she was saying.
Gosh, that sounds like quite the childhood, having to adapt so quickly. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, Pepe Roger will discuss with us his days in college. Stay tuned.
You've all seen an egg before. You've held one, cooked one, probably even eaten one. But what if I told you eggs could be the most versatile thing in your kitchen? If you can think it, the egg can do it. Is your kid bored? Grab an egg. Give it a quick hard boil. That'll be about 7 minutes. Now, that thing will spin like a top. Fun for hours. Someone break into your house, you grab that carton and start throwing. That thief will never know what hit him. These are only 2 of the nearly endless uses for the humble egg. Now remember, never let your fridge be without the natural wonder that is the egg.
Information has been brought to you by the National Committee for the Innovative Marketing of Foods.
And welcome back. Before the break, we talked to Roger about how he learned to speak English as it wasn't his primary language. Now, obviously, knowing English allowed you to go higher into your education. Seeing as we're here in Rhode Island College, can you enlighten us about, what it was like later on in your school years? Because you talked to us about, your younger years in kindergarten. You talked to us more about your high school and college career. And what do you think was the most challenging part of those years of your life?
I went to a Catholic school, Our Lady of Law School in Providence, and then from there I went to St. Patrick's Grammar School on Smith Street. Then from there I went to LaSalle Academy. From there I went to Rhode Island Junior College, which is now Community College of Rhode Island, and I was able to take the courses that I wanted to, and I was very, very happy with my experience in college. It got me prepared to go on and later in life, and to work for a living.
Right. What do you feel was the most challenging aspect of your college years? Was it like the balancing of it? Was it, the courses you would take?
Scheduling. Mm-hmm. Because at the time, when I was in college, I was also working at Lady of Fatima Hospital, and I had to juggle my classes and my work schedule.
Yep. Well, with that, we're going to take a little bit of a break. Stay with us, as when we return, we're going to dive into Pepe Roger's 47-year career and also how that got him caught in quite a peculiar situation.
Sick of walking everywhere? Is the bus getting too crowded? Are you just looking for a sweet new ride? Come on down to Rick's Car Lot. We have a large collection of used cars. The cars you used to hotbox with your friends, your childhood van, including the snacks you left in the back seat. Remember the SUV you had to sell after Grandma got into one too many accidents? It's in our lot. You need a car fast, and we've got it, with no money down and no interest. So come on down to Rick's Car Lot. We have the car you've been dreaming of.
And we are back. Right before the break, I gave a little hint about my Pepe's job path. He was a hospital cook for 47 years before recently retiring. Pepe, can you share with us a little bit about what you did and what it was like to be part of an organization for so long of time?
In 1968, I was hired part-time during the summer, and I was a pot washer. And as the years went on, I became a cook's helper. And then from there, I was asked if I wanted to stay and become a cook, being that I was going to be the first one that they ever taught how to cook at the hospital. Therefore, I started working, I was making $3 an hour back in 1971. And little by little, I kept getting more experience to the point where I went on from the second shift to first shift. And then that included doing breakfast and dinner, cooking in the cafeteria, and anything else that needed to be done for the patient's well-being. Then, in 1978, my daughter was only 2 months old, and the blizzard of 1978 struck.
Yep.
I left for work on a Monday morning and came home the following Tuesday, having to sleep at the hospital Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Not only that, but the rescues could not get to Lion Inn, which is now Women and Infants, to deliver the 4 babies that were coming into the world. So we became a maternity hospital. All 4 babies were delivered naturally, and in the middle of the night, we could hear a helicopter from the National Guard landing in the back with 4 incubators for the babies. Consequently, in March, all 4 babies were christened, and they were known as the Fatima Blizzard babies of 1978.
Wow, all that surely is impressive. We need to take a quick commercial break, so we'll be right back after these messages.
Butter sandwiches or peanut butter crackers, but what if I told you that everything, yes, everything, is better with peanut butter? Let me show you. So your kids won't eat their Brussels sprouts? Add a nice spoonful of peanut butter, get that in the mouth. Mmm, delicious. Sick of the same old ramen noodles in your college dorm? Boom, peanut butter, best thing you can ever eat. Not even Aunt Debbie's infamous Sprite cakes can stop the power of peanut butter. Let me show you. Here we go, little peanut butter. Delicious. They come in incredible varieties like chunky, singless bites for when you're on the go. So next time your stomach starts growling, remember, everything is peanut butter with peanut butter.
Welcome back. So far, my Pepe Roger has shared some great stories from his childhood, his school years, and beyond. But now let's look at the present day. Now that you're retired from the hospital, about 3 years now? What do you do nowadays with all this time? Take us through a week of the life of Roger Levely.
Well, upon retiring, my part-time job at Dino's Pocket Shop became a full-time job. I now work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, 6 to 3 in the deli, providing service for all our customers.
Right.
Besides that, I'm an avid bowler, so on Thursday mornings, I bowl in the Senior Citizens League, where the oldest bowler is this lady who just turned 97 years old.
Wow.
I also bowl on Monday night with my son, and I'm constantly making sure that my granddaughter, Tori, is enjoying herself bowling also.
Yeah, and you were telling me before we did this interview about how you two actually won a tournament recently, if you want to discuss that a little.
Yes, back in October, the state had the annual adult child tournament, and her and I were fortunate enough to win her division. So in May, we'll be getting our state trophies.
That's amazing. That's just such a great way to be able to keep busy and to stay close to your family, bowling with your son, bowling with your granddaughter, and all that. And as much as I would love to continue talking about this, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. I'd like to thank my Pepe Roger for joining us today and sharing his story. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.